Hey there, Johnny Bean Sports. And, well, I'm recording this while the first half's going on, and it's just not looking good. Overall, I'm not impressed with the job Joe Judge is doing. We kind of knew this was going to be a lower scoring, tough, physical game. And when you get the opportunity to put points on the board, you have to. I know you want to be aggressive, and you kind of want to try and stay ahead. But ultimately, you have to take the points when you get them. I don't like it. I really don't like the first time they went for it down the goal line. I don't understand the play. If you're gonna go for it, get your best quarterback in there. You don't want your punter throwing the ball. I don't know. I just don't agree with it. In my eyes, it should have been 14-9 going into half, 13-9, I guess. Just not a fan. Just not a fan of this. I get that we don't have the quarterback play, so you got to be conservative. And in my opinion, the running game's going about as good as you can ask. Other than breaking a couple, but you're getting chunks out of the run, and you're getting down there, you're moving the ball. I felt like Colt McCoy did an okay job throwing down the sideline in the first quarter, because, they were just loading up the box with 8-9 people. And even when we ran against 8-9, we were successful. We got chunk yard runs out of it, 4, 5, 6 yards. It's just, it's demoralizing to go down there and get nothing, completely nothing. Defense is just playing no man really at all outside of a few plays, and whatever the Browns saw on tape is working. They're just running this deep, curl back, and it's just, I don't know. It's got to get better. You got to take some kind of risk at some point. You got to get up on their man. You got to compete. It got a little bit better at corners, getting, up on the receivers, and just a nice throw by Baker Mayfield right before half in the end zone. We'll see how this turns out, but it's really demoralizing not to have 9 points, to be coming out in the third quarter with 3 points. So we'll see how it goes. It's not looking good, and I think we all kind of knew this was going to be what it is. I don't think we knew that we were going to be able to run this well, knowing the Browns know that's what we're going to be doing. So, all right, talk to you guys after the game. Peace. Well, just finished watching the game, and that's a bummer. Now if we want to win the division, we're going to have to hope that Washington loses some games, and Dallas beats Philly, and so things aren't in our control at the moment. I've not I really wanted the playoffs this year, but I'm not going to kill the team for not making the playoffs. But this game is just, I think the defense is just a little too banged up, and we had that Seattle game where the edge guys, Carter Coughlin, Cam Brown, sure really played out of their minds. In the last 2 weeks, we've seen them take a step back, but that's okay. They're young players, and we just had a problem on defense getting pressure all game long. Really, this has been the last 2 weeks, are not getting pressure. Leonard Williams has been basically a no-show. He's making plays in the run game, not seeing it rushing the passer. And this is why we can't, and I've been saying, we can't give Leonard Williams $20+ million a season. We can't give him any more than $16 million, especially with the cap going down and all that stuff. It's going to strap us for free agency. At this point, we got 2 more games left. If Leonard Williams don't make impacts on these games, I'm okay if they don't re-sign him at all. Sign Dalvin. BJ Hill has graded out really good while he's on the field. You're not losing a whole lot there. It's definitely a step back, but you got money that you can allocate to somewhere else in the team. Wide receiver, edge rusher, which, as the season's going on, we've been able to scheme not having edge guys, but it's really starting to rear its head up, playing these good quarterbacks. It is what it is. Baker's really not all that great, to be honest with you. He's lucky to have a nice, strong run game, but he is a strong arm quarterback. And, for the Browns, they schemed. They schemed for our zone. They did a good job. Right down, if you want to beat this cover 3 zone that we run, there's a big gap right down basically the seams. And all you got to do is run 15, 20 yards and stop. And run a stop route. And it was there all night for them. They were smart for it. They were smart with it, is what it is. We're just a little too banged up at the moment. If we had a good offense, I mean, this is the kind of game that the Giants could possibly win. But the running game was okay. I felt like it did its job throughout the game. For whatever reason, we just, Colt did a good job of getting some passes into the end zone and giving receivers a shot. I thought that was good. He's an average quarterback. He's not going to do anything to win you a game. He's not going to do anything to, probably not going to do anything to lose you a game. One thing, though, the O-line was much better protecting this week. That's a good sign. No, listen, these guys are young on the O-line. You're going to have that. You're going to have weeks where it just looks bad. But overall, it's been a good year. We got a lot of, whether we make it or not, we got a lot of young players, a lot of playing time. And ultimately, I think it's been a good season. The last 2 weeks have been very disappointing. We had that nice 4-game stretch. It is what it is. But have I said the last, second half of this whole season? I think the foundation is here. We got a good, solid foundation. Dexter Lawrence showed out today. It was one of the few players that actually stood out on defense. And, once everybody's healthy on this team, we have good depth. For when we finally are a ready to win team, we have the pieces where if somebody goes down, it's not the end of the world. And, these young kids, they should all be better next season. I think we're seeing, the pieces that are missing on this team. The pieces that we need. Wide receiver, obviously. Edge rusher, corner, another cornerback, We'll see. We'll see how this all works out. We've been kind of forced to play this bend, don't break style on defense. And just when we get a few more pieces, we'll be able to actually become an attacking defense. And the pieces are here. I'm excited about the future. Listen, don't get too down on a young team when you're rebuilding. Don't get too high. Don't get too low. Next year, we can have a little bit better expectations for this team. Ultimately, though, I felt like this was the first bad game for Joe Judge for calling, like just for decision making. That this team is not going to come out here and put up 30, 27, 30, 34 points, whatever. You need to take points when you can get them. And then hope to God your defense come up with a turnover or something. And that's the only way we're going to win. So I really didn't like the 4th down calls. I didn't have a problem so much with the second one where they ran the ball with Gallman. It was on 4th and 2 down there. Really didn't like the first one. If you're going to go for it on 4th down, I don't want my punter throwing the ball. Just give Colt McCoy another shot at the play. And and especially there, I don't want my punter throwing to my center. So if it works, if all these 4th down works, it's a completely different game. I get that point. But it just didn't feel right for the moment for this game. But listen, I'm not out on Joe Judge. I still think he's a good coach. The team still obviously respects him and fights for him, and that's good. And he's a rookie coach. He's going to have to learn too. So this whole team is going to have to grow up together. So if you want to be the kind of fan that say Giants suck, all this, be negative, that's fine. I'm not going to go that route. It's not as catchy and flashy, but it's just how I feel at the end of the day. I think that's it for me. I've been busy the last few days. I really didn't get, my normal videos I normally get to get out. My NFC East weekly videos and all that. Got some stuff going on at home. And that's it. I'm hoping to have some videos out this week. Everybody stay safe, as always. Like and subscribe, all that good stuff. And be good in games right now.